Okay, so in this video here, this is going to be the top 10 items that I've sold since I started this as far as dollar value amounts. And the majority of the nine of the 10 items are items that I actually had around my house. And so just kind of give you an idea, since I started my sales December 4th until now, I have made over $4,500 if you saw lately on my Instagram. So stay tuned for this video. All right, so I will be sharing my computer screen here, so I'm going to be looking back and forth, so that way you guys can see exactly what I'm showing, and then being able to follow along and seeing the numbers, how I crunch my numbers, and understanding that a lot of the money that I have made has gone right back into the business. So I really haven't put anything towards bills or anything else like that. Other than traveling and everything else that we do when we go to another area. So jumping right into this here, this is just our review sales. So total sales since December 4th until February 23rd, I have made $4,401. But if you look here on if you look at this tab here, this is going to show you something a little more different as far as what exactly has sold, and I cannot pull it up, so we're going to skip that. So let's go ahead and jump right into this. So what I'm going to show you here is the first top 10 items right here. Now I got to skip one of these because one of the sales fell through, and then I ended up actually selling it a lot more than my original listing was because someone backed out. So pretty much we'll go right to the first one, the highest value item here, which is the snowboard. It'll be easier this way. Okay, so right here, the snowboard. This was a snowboard that I had sitting in my garage for the longest time and needed to get rid of it. It was just taking up room, and so a gentleman from San Francisco ended up buying it from me. He paid $117, and it was a 2013 board. That's not bad, and the bindings were really high brand name bindings. So sold it for $117.50. He paid $40 for shipping. I made a pretty, like a little taco of a box out of this. Took a Home Depot box and pretty much put it, folded the box over, wrapped it up quite a few times, and sent it to him, and he came in perfect shape. Up next was the DC Snowboard Outfit. So this here, like I said, this was something that I had for quite a while, and like I said, it was just I wanted to give up snowboarding, so really wasn't any point. It's not that I didn't want to give it up, it's just I don't live in an area where snowboarding is prevalent. I live in El Paso in the desert, and I have to travel about 2 hours just to get anywhere. So sold the whole set for $150. And ironically, the funny thing about this set here was I sold this to a guy here in El Paso. And he asked me, he's like, why aren't you doing this no more? I was like, man, I haven't snowboarded since 2014 when I was in Alaska. And I just don't have the time. So up next, if you follow me a lot on Instagram and you see a lot of my stuff here, these Army OCP camos, if you have them used, they sell. And they sell a lot. I've sold already 6 of these, and I have 4 more available, but then also, actually no, I'm sorry, I've sold already 9 of these, and these are used. This just kind of, like I said, gives you an idea. I've sold, this was a high value item because I ended up selling 6 of these for $90 for $22 a piece. Up next was an Xbox One that I had. It was just sitting in the house and wanted to get rid of it, so sold it, put it on a bid. I started the bid off at $100, and that's where it ended, and I did 5 days. So that went pretty quick, $15. I think I paid maybe $17 for shipping and called it a day. Next up, I had a pair of Oculus Go 32 gigabyte VR headsets. I had this on bids, and like I said, this was something that I was using for my previous business. I started the bid off at $75 and I ended up selling them for $95. Next up, so these are one of the few items that I'll show in my top 10 for the high value items that I sold within the last 3 months since I've started doing eBay. And so this here was, I bought 4 of these guitars for $30 for all 4. So it was about $7.50 per each. And I sold the first set of the Les Paul guitars for $70 plus $13 shipping. I paid a little bit. I think I paid about $18 to ship these. But overall, like I said, it was a great buy and a great flip. Here, I had a golf bag. I didn't use it at all, so I ended up just kind of getting rid of it. I saw the prices, and I set it pretty high for what I wanted for it. And I ended up paying $62, or selling it for $62, and the buyer paid for shipping. This here was given by to my wife. She got it as a gift and never used it, so we ended up listing it. We had it on the bid before. If something happened, it fell through. So what happened was I put it back on, and I got one bid for $55. The buyer paid for $10 for shipping, and it was good to go. All right, so up next, I had 2 pairs of soccer balls, and if I'm not mistaken, I do believe, actually, yes, I had 4 pairs, 4 sets. He bought all 4 of them. That's why it was $75. And I deflated the balls, packed them all up, and it was going to a gentleman that was going on a missionary trip down to Guatemala. So I actually took a little bit of a cut than I would originally had. I think I had the soccer balls at about $25 a piece, and I got them for about $12 at Marshall's. So like I said, he was doing this for a cause, and so I took a little bit of a cut off of what I would have made originally, but it was fine. All right, this microphone here. I had another one from my business, so I ended up letting this other one go, and I had it on bid for 3 bids. I think I had this for 7 days or 5 days, and I got started off at $50 and I sold it for $53. And that looks like that is my top 10 there. And so, like I said, this is just kind of giving you guys an idea of where I am currently with what I've accomplished on eBay, and understanding that a lot of these items that I've had for so long. So of course, for me, the cost of goods was not really relevant to a lot of these items because they were stuff that I've had for over 10 years, and they just kind of sit in the house. I mean, it served its purpose of its value to me, and that's why I ended up getting rid of it. And so, like I said, this will kind of give you guys an idea and a gauge what to start selling if you have stuff sitting around your house, but then also kind of give you an idea of numbers what I sell on eBay. And what I'll do in my next video is that I'm going to create a list of the top 10 items that have sold, that we sourced and sold on eBay, and that way you can be able to see the difference between home items that we've acquired since we had it here to items that we actually went out and bought and then sold it online. And we'll do a $10 cap value, so anything below $10 we won't show, but anything above $10 will show, and what our actual profit was based on what we bought. So stay tuned for that video. Hit that subscribe button, and also leave a comment down below what you think of what we sold and what items that you have at your house in order for you to make a profit that you can be able to sell. So if you are brand new to eBay, to reselling in general, understand that you can start fresh at your house and find things around the house to sell, get rid of it to build your capital, and then start going out and venturing around and finding things. So hope you enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for our next one. Thank you.